Hello and welcome, my dear students. We are back. This is your teacher, Fida. Today we are going to to continue the story Land Part 3. So open your book, page 179.
Turn to page 179. Land, Part 3. Paham looked around. He wondered where to walk. The land was good everywhere. Finally, he thought, I will walk toward the east. He turned toward the east and waited for the sun to rise. Soon Paham saw the first light of the sun. He walked down the hill and marched on to the plain. Paham walked quickly. He carried the shovel over his shoulder. After he had walked about a mile, Paham stopped. This is where I will dig the first hole, he thought. Paham dug the hole and put the little pile of earth next to it. That will make the hole easier to see, he said. He walked on for a while. Then he dug another hole. Paham looked back. He could see the hill with the people on it. He guessed that he had walked 3 miles. It was getting warmer. He took off his coat and threw it over his shoulder. Then he walked until he stopped to dig another hole. It was getting very warm. Paham looked at the sun and felt a little tired. I will take off my heavy boots, he said. That will make it easier to walk. Paham sat down and took off his boots. Then he stood up and began to walk. It was easier to walk without his boots. I will walk for another 3 miles, he thought. Then I will turn to the left. The land here is very good. I don't want to give it up. Paham walked for a long time. Then he turned around and looked toward the hill. It was far away. The people on the hill looked very small. Paham thought, I have gone far enough in this direction. I must stop here and turn to the left. Anyway, I am very thirsty. Paham stopped. He dug a hole and took a drink of water. Then he turned to the left and went on. By now, Paham was very tired. He looked at the sun and saw that it was noon. I must stop and rest, he said. Paham sat down on the ground. He ate some bread and drank.
So Paham started to walk and he decided قرر to walk toward the east. يتجه إلى الغرب. And he dug the first hole. حفر أول حفرة. He walked for a long time. So he started to feel tired because the weather, الطقس, was really hot. حار جدا. الطقس كان حار جدا. So he took off his boots. خلع حذاءه because it was easier for him to walk. لسهولة المشي. After a while, he took a rest and had some bread and some water. And listen carefully.
Then he went on again. The food made him feel better, but he was very hot. He also felt sleepy. Paham walked for a long time. He was going to turn to the left, but he looked at the land ahead of him. It was very good land. I must have that piece piece of land, he thought. So he walked on. Pahom went about a mile. Then he dug a hole and turned to the left. Now he looked toward the hill. It seemed very, very far away. It was so far away that it was hard for him to see it. He looked at the sun. It was just beginning to set. Pahom thought, I must hurry back right now. I must go back at once. Perhaps I went too far. Anyhow, I have a big piece of land. Pahom headed toward the hill, but it was hard to walk. His feet were cut, and his legs felt weak. He wanted to rest, but that was not possible. He had to get back before the sun set, and the sun was going down. Oh dear, thought Pahom. Did I go too far? Can I get back in time? What if I am too late? Pahom looked at the hill. Then he looked at the sun. He was still far from the hill, and the sun was almost down. It was very hard to walk, but he went faster and faster. He hurried on, but he was still far from the hill. Pahom began to run. He threw away the water and the bread, but he kept the shovel. He leaned against it while he ran. What shall I do, he thought. I was greedy and went too far. What if I can't get back before the sun sets? His mouth was very dry, and now his heart was beating like a hammer. It was pounding very loudly. Still he went on. He could not stop. I can't stop now, he thought. They will call me a fool if I stop now. I have run very far. I can't stop now. He ran on and on. Then he heard the Bashkirs. They were yelling.
So, Pahom walked for a long time. Then he looked at the sun. It was beginning to set. بدأت الشمس بالغروب. So he thought that he must hurry back. يجب أن يعود بسرعة. It was so hard for him to walk. واجه صعوبة في السير because his feet were cut. قدمه جرحت and his leg felt weak. وقدامه كانت متعبة من السير الطويل. He started running before the sun set. So بدأ بالركض. He got really tired. تعب جدا. His mouth was very dry. أصيب فمه بالجفاف. And his heart was beating like a hammer. وقلبه كان ينبض بسرعة. So شبهوها بطرق المطرقة. This means his heart was beating very, very fast. He thought to himself that if he stopped now, they would call him a fool. So he kept walking or he kept running. Now turn to page 181 and listen carefully.
Yelling at him. They were cheering. They were shouting at him to keep running. Pahom heard them. He kept running. The sun was almost down. Yes, the sun was about to set. It was very low in the sky. But Pahom was very near the hill. He could see the people on the hill. They were waving their arms at him. They were shouting at him to hurry. Pahom could see the spot where he started. He could see the fur hat on the ground. He could see the rubles on the hat. And he could see the chief. The chief was sitting on the ground. He seemed to be smiling. his dream. He wondered if he would get the land. Pacham looked at the sun. It was almost down. It was nearly touching the ground. He rushed on. Just as he reached the hill, it suddenly got dark. Pacham looked up. He saw that the sun had set. He cried out, "I have lost everything." Pacham stopped running. But then he heard the Bashkirs. They were still shouting. They were yelling at him to hurry. Then Pacham remembered that they were on top of the hill. He was at the bottom. They could still see the sun. He took a deep breath and ran up the hill. It was still light there. Pacham reached the top. He saw the fur hat. He saw the chief. The chief was still smiling. Again, Pacham remembered his dream. Pacham cried out, "Ah!" As he fell forward, his fingers touched the hat. "Well done," cried the chief. "Much land is yours." Pacham's helper ran to him. He tried to help Pacham get up, but Pacham did not move. Blood was flowing from his mouth. Pacham was dead. The Bashkirs shook their heads sadly. The helper took the shovel and dug a grave. A little piece of land was all that he needed. It was just big enough for Pacham to lie in. It was 6 feet long from his head to his toes.
So, the sun was about to set, and Pacham could see the Bashkirs. They were waving their arms at him. كانوا يلوحون بأيديهم. And he could see the fur hat, قبعة الفرو, the spot where he started. كانت نقطة البداية. And he saw that the chief was smiling. كان the chief رئيسه smiling يبتسم. And he remembered his dream. تذكر الحلم. When he saw the chief smiling at his dream, في حلمه رأى الرئيس يبتسم ويضحك بصوت عالي. So Pacham kept running until he reached the hat. When he reached the hat, he fell down and he didn't move. عندما وصل إلى القبعة وقع على الأرض ولم يتحرك. He was dead. لقد مات. The helper dug a grave. حفر قبر. It was big enough for Pacham to lie in. So at the end of the story, Pacham died. مات Pacham في نهاية القصة. That's it for today, my dear student, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.